Hi, today we're going to be opening a box of Leaf Baseball, which is from Donruss from 1987. It's the Canadian version. This box is completely sealed and it was authenticated that it was sealed by Baseball Card Exchange, so that's a nice thing to have when you're opening a box like this. So what I'm going to be doing first is opening the sealed box, and then we'll get into more about the actual set. You got to be very careful with this. You don't want to damage anything that's inside. There's a lot of potentially really good cards in this set. We'll go over that as get a little bit further into the video. But so I might do this video in two parts, so that I can take care of or have the good ones put in sleeves and semi-rigids and stuff, because I'm not going to be doing that. Okay, what happened here? Okay. Alright, so let's see, we're going to keep this going. Alright, so these are 36 packs, and there are 12 cards per pack and 3 puzzle pieces. A lot of times I get this information from Baseball Cardpedia. It's nice to, you can print it right off, because sometimes it's not really very obvious on the boxes, and you kind of want to know what's inside before you're going to start. And the Baseball Cardpedia is nice too, because they give you a sample picture. They might give you some production numbers, etc., etc. So this is a 264 card set. Again, 36 packs per box, 12 cards per pack, and there's one Roberto Clemente puzzle panel, which has 3 little pieces on it. Okay, so we're going to do some of these, and hopefully my camera keeps giving me a black screen, so hopefully that's not an interruption. If you see that, I'm just going to press a button and you'll be right back with me, so hopefully we don't keep seeing that. Didn't do that during my other opening. Okay. The other thing that I like to do is look up trading card database. See, I have that right here. And they have a nice sheet that you can print out. These are rookies. And then you can print out Hall of Famers, which gives you an idea of what might be the more valuable cards. And then you can look through and see which are maybe your favorite players, or which cards show up when you do some searches on eBay. I like to do that too. You can see Barry Bonds here was a good sale. Greg Maddux, Bo Jackson, those were some really good auctions. Leaf Canadian, Greg Maddux here, Bo Jackson, Will Clark, Nolan Ryan, Rafael Palmeiro. So there's some real good ones here. Alright, so I'm going to open probably about 10 packs, and then we're going to stop, okay? So I'm not even going to do half, because I'm not 100% sure my camera is really working properly this morning, alright? So the other thing you have to pay attention to when you open these is the wax, because the wax packs, these are really wax packs, wax residual maybe on the back of the back card. So what I'll do is I'll put these separate so that they don't contaminate the other cards. So here's our puzzle piece. Okay. And we got Ron Guidry, Carlton Fisk, Greg Harris, Eric Davis, Brian Smith, Jeff Sellers, Dave Winfield, Diamond Kings. That's a nice card. What I'm going to do is just put these, okay, Bruce Fred Lynn, Julio Franco. That's a nice card. And Mike Witt, he's got the wax on it, so we're going to put him separate. So I'm just going to do, like I said, probably about 10 of these because my camera is going off before, and I just don't want this to be a problem. Okay. Bert Blyleven, Greg Walker, Tom Kennedy, John Franco, Corey Schneider, Fernando Valenzuela. That's a nice card. Oil Cam Boyd, Eddie Murray. Bo Jackson, his card is pretty valuable if it's in really good condition. I'm going to be putting him aside here. Pete Rose. I'm going to put his card aside. It's a nice looking card. Gary Carter, that's a nice card, but he's got wax on him. So I'm going to put that here. Okay. So the Roberto Clemente usually, well, I shouldn't say usually, there is a puzzle. There's a card that's the complete puzzle. See, this is Ricky Henderson, but the centering isn't so great. But I'm going to put him over there with my keepers. Greg Maddux, that's a great card. This one looks pretty nice. Looks like the centering is good, the corners, the edges. I don't see any print spots on it. So what I'm going to do is put that separate, extra special. Okay. Yeah, I think if I break this up into 3 or just do the 10 right now, and then we'll see what's going on with the camera, and if it's not an issue, I can reconvene later and do the rest of the box. Nolan Ryan, that's a pretty nice card here. Centering on this, the left to right looks a little dicey, but this is again, that's a pretty nice looking card here. These have pretty good value at auction when they're graded, so I'm going to just put this to the side with my keepers. Mike Schmidt. Okay. And the other reason I'm only going to probably do 10 packs is if I miss somebody. I don't want to have to go through a lot of cards to pull out, you know, somebody that's good, because I don't want them to get damaged. Donruss only did this for 4 years. Okay, here's the Clemente card, and that actually looks very nice. That looks like one that could be gradable. The back centering is pretty awful, but the front is terrific. So I'm just going to put that one aside. Ryan Sandberg. It's a nice looking card too. Let me put him aside. This is pack number 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'm going to just take out the rest that I'm going to do, put it there. All right. All right, here's our puzzle piece. And here's a Mark McGuire. The centering isn't so great. We're just going to put him over here. Once again, if you see me fly past somebody that you think is a good card, never fear, they will be gone through again before they get all put away in the box. So, all right, Darryl Strawberry. This is the Diamond Kings. That's a pretty nice looking card. So I'm going to put that aside. Being that there's only 264 cards in this set, you are definitely going to be getting a lot of repeats. So here's a Ricky Henderson again, but again, the centering is not so good, so he goes in the good pile, but not the great pile. This is Harold Baines. This is his, because he's a Hall of Famer, so this is a pretty nice card. I'll put that over there in the really good pile. Another Greg Maddux. This is definitely somebody you want to get multiples of, and this card is another, to me, I would say that's a stunner. I don't see any print spots, the corners, the edges, the centering looks great. So we're going to put that aside. Okay. Some people like to have the checklist if they're putting together complete sets. This one's not centered so great. Kirk Gibson. That's a nice card. And one last pack, and like I said, we will reconvene to do a part 2, probably later today or tomorrow, and we will finish up the box. See, these say rated rookie right on them. Keith Hernandez. That's a nice card. Okay. All right. So that's the first 10 packs of Leaf Baseball 1987. We'll see what's going on my camera, and we'll reconvene shortly.